What's
Action.
that? Oh, shit.
You got to give him like 2 seconds after he says action.
What's happening, people? I am Colleen Witt. You are now watching Eating While Broke.
And I'm James Andre Jefferson Jr.
That was horrible. That's not that was just white.
James Andre Jefferson Jr.
I've never been that
on
Caucasian
another
in my life.
episode of Eating While Broke. You never been that Caucasian?
Yeah, never in my life.
James, just so you guys know, James took it upon himself to really challenge my palate today.
I heard, I know that you like stuff like this because you're weird, and so I got this right here.
That's a secret ingredient, and I'm scared to know what is in it.
So we got this, the secret ingredient, the secret ingredients, and we have crackers, because I love crackers. Crackers are some of my favorite things on this planet. And so I want you to take a cracker, put it on your plate.
And we got salty. What, you gonna walk everybody through what all the ingredients are?
I'm about to in a second.
Okay,
we got
okay.
to bust it out. So now, this is what we call oysters. Now, this ain't the ones you get at Nobu. Yes, I'm gonna let you smell it. There you go.
Oh, yeah, please don't spill those juices on me.
You gotta smell it. So the important part is where people mess up. You gotta drain the oils out of it. That's a lot more than I remember back in the day. I can't believe I used to eat this. It's like the crackheads of the sea.
So just like a little behind the story, James was talking about eating like ramen, and I was like, everyone does ramen, I roll. And then I was like, what other dishes do you have? And then he came up with this particular dish. And then I was like, man, I should have stuck with the ramen.
It's tradition to take a sip of the
no, I'm good.
It's my culture. You have to
Go ahead,
disrespect
you do it first.
Ooh, that's delicious. Your turn.
I'll smell it. He's trying to get me.
All right, so now.
He's just trying to get me to eat the oyster juice.
So you have the oysters in here. You see this? Everybody, ooh, pretty. Take about 2-3 of them.
Oh, we're not even using that. Okay.
No, you don't need that. No, use your hands.
No, man, this is...
No, look, I'm going to show you. Just go like this.
This is like eating while...
Safe, COVID edition. Just put them on there like that.
It looks like mini brains. I'm using my... All right, fine.
Grab the oysters.
I can't tell you how great this texture
there
feels.
You go. It's oysters.
Now, oysters and mussels are different, right?
I didn't say nothing about no mussels.
Well, I just they look and feel like mussel-ish.
Honestly, I don't think these are oysters. They've just been telling us this. I think this is something like pig intestines in the sea.
Okay, got it.
So now you grab the mustard.
Okay.
You got to shake your mustard up because if you don't, the liquid will come out.
Okay.
That's a little hood trick. Let me show you. Then you put some. That's a little much, but
okay.
There you go.
I mean, the smell is...
I eat like I was eating like.
Oh man, I put too much.
And she got the warmest mustard in the planet, and then you put some hot sauce on it.
Got it.
Yeah. Why? Fix your face.
I'm sorry.
You disrespected me by.
No, it's great, man. This is.
Look at right now. Oh yeah.
So this is what you ate.
Yeah, this is a little snack. My mom always had weird little like pregnant white women snacks, and this is one of them. Now I'm looking at it. I'm mad I made this a thing. Like it's not like this came like this. We made this a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what to call it. Then you get another cracker.
Okay. Oh, so we're making a
sandwich.
A sandwich.
Yeah, oyster sandwich.
So
you
know what?
Squeeze it together.
This is definitely a broke dish because when I was shopping for it, it was like extremely affordable.
How much did it cost you?
I think it was like less than $5.
There you go. So you ready? Cheers.
Cheers.
You take a bite first.
Everyone, if I end up sick or with some kind of belly aches or you see any alarms, this is the dish that sent me there.
You go
Oyster, hot sauce, mustard,
saltine crackers.
And saltine crackers.
How you go?
Why do I have to go first?
I just want to see because I ain't eaten this in a while.
Here we go. Here we go.
I can't believe she ate it. I ain't eating this bullshit. Let me see.
It actually doesn't taste that bad.
It's good.
Yeah.
Got a little seafood with some mustard. I think the mustard set it off.
Yeah. I'm thankful you added the mustard and the hot sauce.
If you put these with an egg in a cup of noodle, a boiled egg in a cup of noodle, fire.
Oh gosh, I see a pack of ramen on here, and I'm terrified that that's the next.
Yeah, it's next one right here. We only got one of these because we can't fit the rest in the budget, I feel like. This is what we used to do with these. So, like, we was all, back when I was younger, we used to play outside. So when we play outside, you had to grab a snack real quick. Like, we playing hide and go seek, we go, whatever we're doing. So we had to grab something quick. We had a bunch of top ramen at the house because we was broke. You know, you buy 40 of them for $2.50 back in the day. So you take the powder.
Yeah.
I like how you got chicken because I'm black.
Well, and I'm black too.
I know. I just wanted to make you feel uncomfortable for a second. I want you to question your identity.
I feel like, and this is gonna sound like a general statement, but I feel like when you're mixed, black people tend to question your blackness, and then white people just only see you as black.
Because you light skinned?
Yeah. Well, no, because you're mixed.
You light skinned.
Like you're never good enough for any side.
Nah, that's not true. You know you black. The way you be dressing, you wear boots every day. The weddings, all that. Timberlands. And when you broke, you probably wore them lug boots. Remember the lug boots?
So when were you eating this?
This is when you're at the house watching a movie. My mom used to eat these all the time. The oysters were just a staple when I was growing up. Oysters, mustard, and my dad used to eat them too, but he used to put them in top ramen, but cooked. So this is what I call raw top ramen.
So would this be like, in your household, would this be considered like an appetizer? Or is this like, I feel like my breath is going to smell after eating.
No, it did already before we started, but but it does smell a little bit more funkier now.
It is.
But this is more of a snack. You can't get full off this. But this, you eat two of these, you in the game.
Yeah, the scary part about what I'm watching you do with this ramen is that there's no boiling water.
No, you don't need that. This you on the outside. You grab one of these, you go outside, you go play hide and go seek with the homies.
Okay. So you're gonna eat this dry. So yeah,
you're gonna go first.
Listening, why is it I have to go first on all these dishes? I feel like you're testing me to see if I survive
Chivalry is
this.
alive and well. Ladies go first. Man up, come on.
Here we go.
Not that bad. Look at you hear that? You hear the crunch? It sounds like she chewing on rocks.
You know what? I didn't even know this was possible.
I don't even know how I started this one.
You didn't have water or stove?
We were that poor.
So, like, your mom kind of taught you this oyster dish.
My mom and my dad taught me to like oysters. Then my mom taught me to like put them with like mustard, and then I put the crackers myself.
Oh, okay.
I'm always a big carb person. My mom likes oysters just by themselves. She could just do this, dip it in hot sauce, and be good.
Okay, and then, do you eat the sardines in the can?
Nah.
See, I'll eat the sardines in a can or the mussels. I didn't know they sold oysters like this.
Just crammed up like kitty litter?
Yeah.
Not kitty litter, but kitty food.
But with the ramen, did you come up with?
The ramen, yeah, ramen's always been a staple. I think in every.
But I'm saying, did you come up with eating it dry, like a cracker?
No,
or did you learn that from someone?
I started that on my own.
Oh, so you're taking full credit for the dry ramen.
I'm taking 100%. That's raw top ramen. Please don't disrespect my creation.
Okay.
Okay. So 100%. I was raw top ramen was my thing because I never liked the texture of noodles.
Oh. So you don't eat spaghetti?
That's what I'm saying. If it comes with like garlic bread or something like that, I just don't like texture, like soft textures.
So when did you decide you were gonna start? Because I feel like I look at a lot of different influencers online, and you definitely have like the most celebrity attention, celebrity input, celebrity back and forth on your feeds.
Okay.
When did you decide you were gonna be that man that's gonna I'm gonna go up and keep it all the way real and not care if these celebrities like it or not?
So before I started doing online content, I was doing stand-up comedy. I started doing it when I was 13 and a half, about to be 14. And so I spent a lot of time doing stand-up from the ages 14. I would catch the buses out to the comedy clubs, the Ha Ha Cafe, the Improv, the Ice House, all the way out nights. My mom didn't know where I was at. I'd just be out at the comedy clubs.
At 13, she didn't know where you were at?
13, 14, yeah.
13, 14,
yeah.
Okay.
But she also gave me these oysters, so let you know what's going on in my household. So at 18, I got a radio job at Clear Channel. and we was doing a live remote at Universal Studios, and we had this band here called 303. This band had 3 songs on the radio. They had some hot records, but nobody gave a fuck about them. Nobody. People would come up. I said, it's 303. They got that song. I forget the song, but nobody cared. But then there was this skinny little white kid, the same night at Universal Studios, probably like an hour later. And this is around 2009, 2010. And everybody knew him. Cholos, little black kids, old white ladies wanted a picture with him. And me and my coworkers was like, who's that? And then one of the people told us, oh, he's on YouTube. And in my head in 2009, I said, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, 2009. Damn, YouTube was out that long?
Yeah, it was out. It's probably been out before. I knew YouTube was a thing just to watch videos, but I didn't know you could be a personality on it. And so when I seen the online thing, you just got to adapt. So I got online. Didn't know how to do it for the first 5-6 years. I was cussing too much and being raggedy and just being raw. So around 2015, 2016, I kind of molded myself to be a little better, to be acceptable by the guidelines, the community guidelines, stuff like that. And me just talking about celebrities, and I just really don't care what people think.
Yeah.
I just truly, I've been around celebrities I talked about, and they kind of give me a look like, that motherfucker look familiar. And I have celebrities DM me before, their DJs or managers threatened. I've been threatened before by a few celebrities. Yeah. I'm not going to say who, but I've been threatened.
That was going to be my next question. Do share. So, now I remember, so for those of you that don't know, I've known James for a very long time, since he was a little high schooler. Mm-hmm. And
nobody knows that, by the way. You said those people that don't know.
That don't know. Nobody knows. We go way back. But I'll never forget. I had a company previous to this, Celebrity High, and I'll never forget you and Cameron had did an interview with Kevin Hart.
Right.
And at the time, James was exactly who you see him as today. Very colorful, very extreme mohawks. He had like these
hamburger headphones,
weird socks, and he had these weird earrings.
Just say I was ugly back then. Just go on and say that's what you're trying to say. Because the way you're talking about it, like, it's just, he had all this weird and hamburger and then these
I feel like, when
socks.
you see someone's baby and you don't want to say it's ugly and you're like, how big is it? I feel like I was just doing that. But I'll never forget during this interview, so Cameron had came and he was like very professional. And I was like, these celebrities knew they were being interviewed by high school kids. But I'll never forget that interview. It was a pivotal moment for me, also being a young person, which was during the interview, Kevin Hart had addressed who he felt was going to have like this long, successful career. And I immediately thought he was going to like look to Cameron.
Cameron's dressed like he has a suit on. He
was
bow
like
tie,
super professional.
Glasses. And he's like, hey, how you doing? Like, hey, like he's like Clark Kent.
He was super professional, and I totally got it. And that's how I wanted him. James shows up. I think he had a mohawk. It was just like extreme. And I was like semi-mortified, semi-wanted to pull James from the interview.
I didn't know this. Thank you for telling me this.
Yeah, but I was just like, I felt on the lines of Cameron. But one of the things that Kevin Hart addressed, and I'll never forget this, is that by James being unique, he was like, I will always remember you.
Right. And
you will always stand out. And, he could see this bright future ahead. And I remember just being taken back by that statement, like how important it is to be yourself.
I learned that from Martin Lawrence. That's the funny thing. He did an interview, and somebody's talking about like how did he get his successes. He said it took longer because he was trying to be himself. And I don't want to conform to anybody, especially, my thing is, I think who I am is perfect enough. A lot of black people, they like try to conform to white guidelines and try to make sure they're happy. Not me. If I'm that guy, I'm gonna be that guy all the time.
But you don't ever walk into an office and put on like a white person voice?
No, this is the thing.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're saying. Like, hey, what up, my nigga? Then, hey, I'm John. Nice to meet you. I get what you're saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I'm not just ignorant, just ghetto, super loud person naturally. I'll go to restaurants. I'm myself. But if there's a time where I still talk like who I am, I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to change my morals. I'm not going to change how I treat certain people. Everybody's equal to me. Everybody. I don't care if you're a billionaire, janitor. Everybody is equal to me. Mm-hmm. So I just want I purposely make content when it's talking about like Black Lives Matter and stuff like that, because when I was younger, I've been through a lot of racist things. I had some crazy things happen to me in middle school. I don't even think you know this one. In middle school.
Do tell us something I don't know, please.
So I was in middle school, and I was the president of middle school. And the reason why I was president is the president gets to be Santa Claus, and I wanted to be Santa Claus. So I went to a racist area in middle school, and so apparently I'm eighth grade. I don't know what's going on. The whole school apparently it was a problem that I was going to be Santa Claus, a black Santa Claus. I didn't know this at the time. I had the counselor say, "Are you sure you want to be Santa Claus?" I was like, "Yeah, I want to be Santa Claus. That's why I'm president." I had my teachers, student government teachers, and then so when I was Santa Claus, the next day, after my Santa Claus set up, when we was taking pictures with the kids and all that, next day the school was tagged up with "fuck niggers" all over the school.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was because of me, but I was black Santa Claus, and then the next day, this is not the first time at the school that it was tagged up, but it just so happens I felt like that had something to do with me. And then about 5 years later in high school, I seen a white girl that went to that middle school. She told me her father took her out that school because they allowed a black Santa. They allowed me to be Santa Claus with me being black.
Wow. And Santa Claus is a fictional character.
Yeah, that was it.
It's like if you came in as a black Jesus, I could see them almost trying, because you know how you read the Bible and it's like the way they describe Jesus. He's,
at the end of the day, Jesus is Mexican because it's Jesus. That's at the end of the day. That's why I see it.
When I was in high school, I had transferred high schools, and I'll never forget. I would always leave my locker open because I just for whatever reason suck at the locks, like the directions and stuff.
Oh, just 3 numbers. You struggled with that?
Yes, I struggled really hard with it.
3 numbers, huh?
Yes.
12, 32,
I would literally
7.
be at my locker for like 20 minutes, so I would always leave it open. And one day I came to school, and I would always have my dry erase board in there, and they had put swastikas and KKK in it. And I'm Jewish and Jamaican, so it was like, damn.
You Jamaican? I didn't know you was Jamaican.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm Jamaican. I'm Jewish and Jamaican.
Yeah, kids are evil.
Yeah.
Kids, it's always going to be here. This evil and hate's always going to be here. But that's why you just got to be strong within yourself.
Yeah.
You got to love yourself first and fuck everybody else.
Yeah, I agree. But I remember that being the first time that I had, I think, more trust issues. Because you knew about racism. Like,
Right.
I had seen my neighbors call my mom the N-word like
nothing.
Like, I was like probably 10 the first time I seen them treat her differently.
But did you realize that was going on when you was 10? Or did you just accept it?
I think that was maybe my first encounter with the N-word. It was just like, oh.
I don't remember my first encounter.
I think it was so memorable because they treated her so bad, and she was so nice, and she would just be like, you got to push through it. You got to be nice. And those same neighbors that called her the N-word and all, it took her like 20 years. But eventually, they're like cordial. Like, they don't talk to her like that anymore. But as a kid, you develop a sense of fear, like, oh, there's a blind hatred.
Right.
And when they did it in my high school, I skipped prom because I was so paranoid. Like, I didn't know who had done it.
Right.
And at the time, it was burning crosses, like weird stuff. I was like, oh man.
Where was this again?
This is like upstate New York.
Okay.
Yeah, in Brooklyn, we didn't really deal with it, but in upstate, it's not enough diversity, but it was traumatic,
So what did you learn from it? Like, do you feel like today, like, do you put up with it? So if somebody did that today and you knew who it was, what is your reaction?
Well, I remember my senior year, there was an incident where a boy called me the N-word to my face. And, I'm Jamaican, I'm from Brooklyn. I fought him. I fought him.
I'm talking about today, in 2021.
If
that
someone
same
did it,
dude came up to you and looked at you and called you an N-word to your face. What are you doing?
A creature of habit, I'd probably fight him.
You gonna tighten the boots up? He's like, okay.
I'll look around, see if my fiance's there. Because my fiance would be like, he'd probably be more level-headed.
That's the crazy thing with just being black. Like, you see these videos, I'm not talking about like the cop ones, but just videos of just a random white person, a random black person. And the black people, we just have to naturally be the calm ones because if we snap, we're looked at as the animals. Yeah. Nobody asks, oh, why did you smash his head with the frying pan? But you didn't see the 20 seconds before that when he called him an N-word 32 times and saying all this race. I think it needs to be legal. I think I need to be able to just elbow somebody if they call me a racial slur. Because it's a reaction. It's a word that gets an emotional reaction out of people.
I actually had an incident this past weekend. My fiance and I were traveling to Austin, and there's a white clerk at the counter.
Okay.
And we were having issues, like the hotel room, we rented a suite, and the suite wasn't like up to COVID standards. We're from LA, Austin's out there, but we were like, hey, So anyways, we were like, it's not clean. You know, we need to like either get a different hotel or just, you know, whatever. So the lady, they initially fought us on it, but they said, you know what, we'll switch your room, downgrade it because they didn't have any more suites.
Right.
And we switched rooms. We check out the next day, and we asked for a receipt, and the lady's like all flustered. She's like getting all angry, and the fear that crept into me at that time was I left the counter to take a call, and my fiance, you know, he's trying to be calm, and this, you know, this white lady, she starts escalating, hyperventilating. I pull out my camera because I think as a woman, you're vulnerable. It's like you don't want anything to happen to your fiance,
your partner, yeah.
Yeah. And so anyways, she starts hyperventilating, screaming, bully, and da-da-da. And she's behind like a counter, but she's putting on the whole song and dance.
The pixie glass and all that?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's just calmly speaking to her, and the whole time he's like, we got to be calm because, you know, we're black, and people are going to, you know, try to make us out to be the bad guy. And he's like coaching me to it. You know, part of me was like...
And y'all not even wrong. That's the cold part, but
wrong.
we got to be the ones.
She called the police, and the police came, and the police were looking at her like she was crazy. But the whole time, the whole thing we're telling ourselves is, be calm, make sure that, you know, because we're automatically judged at a higher degree.
Right.
Which sucks, because we're all sitting there prepping ourselves, even though we weren't wrong the entire time, for this crazy...
When it comes to us, people forget to ask why they acted that way. They just look at the actions, and it sucks.
But... Not that I don't want to spend more time on this topic. I have to know who are like...
A quick pivot.
Yeah, quick pivot. I have to know while I have you because we don't have that much time left. But I do have to know, in regards to you being an influencer, what would you say, like, who is your favorite celebrity to cover or favorite topic to cover besides, you know, the Black Lives Movement?
Okay, so I don't talk about black women. I clown a black woman, but I don't... See, there was a problem at one point in time. I used to use emotion in my videos, like stuff I was angry at. But now...
Why would you say it was a problem?
Because I'm a comedic channel. So I still talk about the same issues, but I always take a comedic approach. I try to be smart about it. So things I love talking about, I like talking about when rappers mess up. I used to like talking about 6ix9ine, but I think we're part of the problem why he's popular. People like me, people like blogs, or just keep... People like that are literally popping because of the hate. Trump was popping because of the hate.
Yeah.
If people that hated Trump didn't say shit, then nobody be wearing a MAGA hat. It'd just be a regular ass president doing his thing.
Do you ever miss the Trump tweets or the Trump?
No, I was sick of Trump. Like I don't care politics, all that. Just him, this orange motherfucker. Just the way he acted as a grown ass man. Just not even as a president. Just as a grown man. It's just pissing me off.
Yeah.
And it was just too much. And actually, I see just things are getting better in media. It's like you're not looking at CNN every day. You're able to watch stuff again.
Yeah.
Not worrying about is Trump gonna start a war with buddy with North Korea, buddy with Russia and all these people. He just got on my nerve. I didn't like that time. It was a very like the Twitter feeds was all about him. Like how many orange jokes could I come up with? I called him Tangerine. I called him Vitamin C.
Yeah.
Called him all type of orangutans. I'm running out of orange shit. I can't make any more videos on him.
So who was your favorite person in the end to cover?
I like covering The Rock because he has a.
I can see y'all have like a little good relationship going on there.
Yeah. He posted a few of my videos, me roasting him. He was at the WWF, so that's all they did was talk shit to each other. So what I do to him, I be clowning him. He be talking shit in the DMs and stuff like that. But other than that, The Rock somebody I like making fun of people when their life's not too affected.
What do you mean by that?
So let's say Kim Kardashian really has something going on in her life, like deep. I don't like making videos about that because that's something that's really affecting her.
Are you talking about like the Kim and Kanye?
Not necessarily that. I'm just.
What has Kim got going on that's so deep? I'm not poking fun at her.
I just threw it out there. I'm just saying, if somebody is going through something deep where I start to notice their life is really being affected. Yeah. Like Jussie Smollett. Like he was wrong what he did, but you could tell in his interviews something's going on with him. So I stopped talking about that.
Oh, that's cool. So you're like the anti-bully comedian.
Yeah, no, it's not.
You just have a little heart.
I have a heart, and then it's you can go too far in situations. Yeah. I can make a video and then get a bunch of views and comments and likes because it's a trending topic, and then I could keep making videos. But at what point am I doing it? I'm just doing it for clout now.
Yeah. I'm
doing it to make people. I'm trying to entertain people. I don't want to never do anything for clout.
I was wondering like what the difference is between the clout and you doing it for content. And I also want to circle back to, I know we're limited on time, guys, but I also want to circle that back to the why you don't touch on Black women.
Okay, so the difference between clout and content is talent. People, you ask somebody, okay, why you want a bunch of followers on TikTok or Twitter? I just want them. That's the Kim Kardashian effect. I just have them.
That's the clout.
That's the clout. I just want clout. Now me, I have a talent. I want to use this for my stand-up career, and that's why I'm growing an audience, because it makes my job easier to promote shows and stuff like that. And people get to see my style of comedy, and people fall in love with what I do. So I have a purpose of why I want the content to have the clout. But most of the people just make content just all the time. People just, hey, follow me. And you go to their page, you're not doing nothing. What you want me to follow? Nothing?
Yeah.
And then you said about the Black women. I think I'm very big on protecting, hashtag protect Black women. I just think, like, I'm very picky. Like I think Black women, they have to go through racism and sexism. And I know a lot of white people, they can't acknowledge their white privilege, but I can acknowledge my male privilege. So I would like to use my male privilege to help Black women.
We love you for that, man. That's so sweet. It's nice hearing a man say that.
No, because it's the truth. There's situations with Black women. You take a Black girl. She's twerking just with her girlfriends, a bunch of Black women. Black men in the comment section, look at these thoughts, look at these hoes, look at these. Same situation. I see it all the time. The Shade Room, Hollywood Online, post a picture of a white girl twerking. And they just having fun. What's the difference? It's just because Black women look better with bigger butts and stuff like that. It's just...
I'll tell you something that's kind of funny, and I discovered it in my 20s when I decided to finally put on a dresses. You know, I would see, say, a white girl wear...
In your 20s you put the dress on for the first time?
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I remember, I would go to a store and the same dress that like a white girl would wear, I would put on. And when I would put on the sundress, it would look like a club dress.
Right.
Because of the curves. But when she would wear it, it looked like an innocent dress, like a sundress.
And that's not your problem. They booty flatter than a folded up Monopoly board. That's on them, to be honest. So continue, my bad.
But yeah, I remember discovering that kind of early. But there is a double standard, you know.
Oh, yeah,
there's definitely a double standard. And you're right, race does play a role in those.
They conditionalize Black people to hate on other Black people, so they don't even gotta do it.
Yeah.
We can't get no unity because we're conditionalized. We fight over stupidest things. You brought it up earlier, light skin versus dark skin. Yeah. You're Black at the end of the day. If a white man walk in here, you're a Black chick.
100%. White people always see me as Black. Black people, man, y'all debate my Blackness. But now, since we are on an episode of Eating While Broke, I am just curious, as an influencer, what do them checks be looking like? Is it worth it? Like, is it worth? Because it took you years to get your following and your situation. So
if you're an influencer in it for the money, then you don't do what I do. Because I cuss, I'm very opinionated, so a lot of people don't want their brand next to me.
Okay.
So my videos make some money, but I don't like somebody with my amount of following and they just doing TikTok dances and regular videos with mukbangs. They're probably making a shitload of money. But I've never got into creating content to be a big influencer. I got into creating content so I could use it for my stand-up.
Okay.
So I never intended to make a bunch of money off this. I do make some money, don't get me wrong, but it's harder for me because I be on there talking all this shit. And you can't put a muzzle on me. No.
But you do have this new podcast. Are we able to promote it? I definitely want to.
Okay, so the two things I got my own podcast called the Off the Mic Podcast. This is a place. It is what it is. It's shit I say that I shouldn't say on the mic, so it's called Off the Mic. Okay. And then my radio show, Bootleg Cab Show. It's a syndicated radio show. We're in Vegas. We're in 5 markets. I don't know all the. I really don't know.
I see you guys move around a lot.
Yeah. We just launched in Vegas this weekend, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we pretty much your hip hop radio show. We're not politically correct, and we have fun. So that's 2 things I have on air right now: my podcast, and I'm on the co-host of Bootleg Kev Show.
Do you think they'll ever get to a point in time where you'll take a check and maybe curb some of your personality, or are you gonna stick to it and take the Martin Lawrence route?
Martin Lawrence all the way. Be myself. I remember this is in like 2017. I don't want to say the company, but they was going to give me a big check. And then I gave them the video that I was going to do. that because they had to review it, and they said, yeah, the promo's great, but we can't be in this video. And I said, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not gonna make a PG video for your ass. You can take that's my thing. If you're true to yourself, the people will find you. If the people find you, then the companies are gonna have to fuck with you. Yeah. That's as simple as that. So just take your time, stop conforming to people, and just be yourself. Everybody's a fucking clone now.
Yeah,
that's all TikTok is. Everybody's copying each other's content, just doing voiceovers and dances.
I enjoy your content a lot, but like I said from the Kevin Hart interview, it's just like at the end of the day, you being yourself and staying true to yourself. You out of water? Sure, you don't want an oyster syrup to follow that up with. Yeah. So you being yourself, is really, I think, your secret to success. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, I think 100% you have to be yourself, and anything you have to do, you have to study. You have to study algorithms. You have to study which platform, how to get a better retention rate. You have to study. Like, the reason why I make content the way I do is because I studied algorithm. A lot of people, this is a little tip, a lot of people, that they pick up their phone, and then they do this. Hey, this is Colleen Witt, blah, blah. They motherfuckers is gone already. They don't care about that.
What?
So you got to come on, push play, and say, this the shit I seen today. Just because now people are like, what the fuck
what did she see today?
What did she say? So,
snap.
Because the goal is, do you want to be a user on social media, or do you want to be an asset? If you're seen as an asset on Instagram, Instagram's going to promote you. They see the analytics. Okay, on this page, damn, he got 9 hours of watch time today. And they go to the other page, you only got 20 minutes. Who are they going to promote? The person that got it? Yeah, 9 hours.
Oh, wow.
So the goal is, every platform is to keep people on your page, because you'll get promoted more.
Yes, and what I've learned definitely even in this interview is that time is the most valuable thing that you have. And look how much time and money and effort is spent in consuming that time. Right. So you got to choose what you spend.
That's the only currency that you can't replace.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming and trying to poison me.
Take another bite. One more bite.
I'll take one more bite. All right. Where's the camera at?
It's not that bad. She being dramatic.
It actually wasn't. It's just you may have a little bit of salt
donkey
poison.
Ass. Yeah, there you go. Sound like she chewing on brake pads.
Yep. Well, thank you for joining us on another episode of Eating While Broke with James Andre Jefferson Jr.